I said, Lord, if you just bless me, I promise you that I will help people. And and I tell this story so many times, but I get
Keep
so
telling.
emotional.
Tell it. Tell
A
it.
week later, the Lord blessed me with a human resource job. I was working at a home health agency in Carrollton.
Okay.
And I got the job. My very first check, and I actually have a picture of my first time. My very first check. I need you to know I didn't know nothing about the homeless. I never thought about the homeless. I didn't know where the homeless was. Before I was homeless, I was a person. I was buying rims, going to the club, smoking, drinking. And so that first check, I get some food. And so I'm like, cool. I remember looking at where the homeless people. I go, at this time, I was on Austin Shelter Center, kind of like there in South Dallas. I pull up and I see all these people, and I'm like, oh, Lord, like, what am I doing? It's nighttime, too, but I had to keep that commitment.
Right.
I popped my trunk, and, brother, people ran. They ran to the trunk to get the food. And at first, I was scared. I kind of, like, backed back because I'm like, oh, my God. And so that was my first time feeding, and I kept feeding every pay period. Now that I know, I was paying my tithes every pay period.
Right.
Paying my tithes, serving. And so one day the Lord said, I need you to tell people what you've been through and what you're doing. So I get on Facebook. I make this long post. And now I'm going to start feeding the homeless. And so can y'all meet me in South Dallas at the car wash? And I want to pass out this and pass out that. And my first event, I pulled up, and it was hundreds of people out there. Feeding the people out there. Volunteers had their food and stuff. And from that day forward, all the way to 10 years next year, I have fed the homeless every single month for almost 10 years. And God grew that foundation around the world. He transformed me. I'm a business owner also outside of my foundation. I mean, he just changed my life. I grew up dyslexic. I grew up with so many speech impairments. The Lord, began to change me as a person. And so I tell people, even though I'm blessing people, God has blessed me so much by just keeping that one commitment. I haven't been good at being disciplined and committed to things in life, but this foundation, I have kept my promise to the Lord.